Hello everyone, how are you? I am Jewel, Delicate Jewel, for all of the new viewers. For all of the old viewers and subbies, welcome back to my channel. I hope and pray that this video is wishing you guys in great health and strength, filled with God's richest love, His joy, His peace, His happiness, and all of the amazing and wonderful things that life has to offer. So, if you're hearing any noise, I have my fan going and it's right there. I'm not going to turn it off because it's warm. It's the summertime. I don't know what it is about my body, but I need the fan going all the time. So forgive me. Ignore that though. Pay attention. I want to do a sit down, just chit chat video. I was supposed to do another type of video, but I'm going to put it off for another day because I still need to write down some more things. It may or may not be a lengthy video, so it's gonna be another day, but it's pertaining to the book of Daniel and some things that I wanted to share with you guys that I have learned from the book of Daniel, and I hope and pray that it will be encouraging to all of my viewers. It is now 10:11. So we are living in a time where the heart of man, woman, and man are growing cold every day, and the word of God said that these things are going to happen, not just here in the United States or in Guyana where I'm from, or in your country wherever you're from. It's not just isolated to one particular location, it's all over the world. The hearts of people are growing colder and colder and colder, and the further people draw away from the Lord, from God, from the Creator, it's the more eviler our society is becoming. The reason why I say this is because I've been slightly following up on this case in Jamaica pertaining to the influencer girl Donna Lee Donaldson, that she went missing back in July, and they still haven't found her body anywhere, and they recently arrested her boyfriend, who was a cop, for her murder. This is all alleged, okay? And this case is really like taking the internet pretty much by storm because I guess of her occupation. She was a big influencer in Jamaica, and also, you know, she was a pretty girl. But the case is a really sad case because I was reading somewhere, I was watching a couple of other YouTube bloggers who were talking about the case. There was another lady that was involved who was also a cop, who allegedly there was some type of an altercation between the two, and now this girl is missing. You know, I want to talk to my girls, my young girls, my young ones coming up, and even my peers, people that are my age, and even some older women, because there are some older women that don't act their age. If you're in a relationship, it's not your husband, even if it's your husband. We're gonna get to if it's your husband in a minute. But if you're in a relationship, it's just your boyfriend, you've been with this guy for a very long time, and you find out that he has someone else with you, leave. Don't even tell him you're leaving, just leave. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to fight him or fight the other female. And these days it may be a male, because you know, some of these men, they are living real foul. They are living real foul, okay? It doesn't make sense. It's better to live to see another day than to fight and possibly not see another day, or lose your little sanity over a guy. The minute he made you number two, that's when you leave. The only person you should come behind in any male's life is the Lord Jesus Christ, period. He shouldn't be putting you second to, or if he has a kid. If he has a kid and you with him and you accept the kid, then, you know, obviously his kid should be his priority. And then, and unless you guys get married, then it's a different scenario. But if it's just your boyfriend, you find out he's cheating on you, you have evidence, leave. Okay, just thank God that he allowed that to be exposed, and he has given you an exit, and you leave that relationship. Trust me when I tell you, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. You're gonna look back at that relationship and you're gonna wonder to yourself, what were you thinking? What was I doing? God has someone so much more better for you. Let God choose your spouse for you. Let God bring you and the person that he has created for you together. The relationship will work out. It's not going to be perfect, but it will work out. He will be your person and you will be his person. It will just work out. Don't bring yourself down to the level of fighting another girl for a guy who will end up probably leaving both of you guys and being with someone else. Sorry about that, guys. My battery died, so I got to charge the camera, so I'm using my phone. But like I was saying, leave. Don't let him try to trick you into staying. Don't tell him, like I said, don't tell him that you're leaving. Just leave the relationship. It's not worth it, honestly. It's really not. Like I was saying, God has someone so much more better for you that's out there, that's waiting for you. Are you letting this joker hold you down from your husband, from the man that God has for you? Oh, baby girl, get on up out of this. Let this video be that encouragement that you need to leave that situation. You've been thinking, man, me and Nita so long, we've been together for so long, I've invested all these years, blah blah blah, and he still ain't made you his wife, and he's cheating on you. Oh girl, now it's time to go. Some of these men, they don't know what they want. They really don't, and they want you to stick around till they figure it out, and it don't work like that. I don't know what you want. Fellas, I'm talking to you. You gotta know the type of woman that you're looking for. You find her. It's more than the physical appearance, okay? You have to look deeper than that. Don't be shallow. Look deeper. And ask God. Ask God to send you your spouse. That's the thing with people these days. We are so prideful that we don't want to go to God for nothing. We want to try to do everything on our own. And we end up in so much hurt. In so much pain that God still got to turn around and come and fix. So until God fixes you, if you're broken and you get into another relationship and that person's broken too, it's a mess waiting. It's a volcano waiting to erupt, and it's really not good. I'll share one of my relationships with you guys, okay? I was in a relationship, and this individual, I had known them for a very, very long time. We know each other since we were kids, and it was a point in my life where I thought that, okay, maybe I would have settled down with him. We were friends, then we got into a relationship, and we were young. It was a lot happening at the time, but it ended up that we had went our separate ways. We went and he had a child, and obviously I didn't have a child, but I was in a relationship with someone else. We ended up finding our way back to each other, but by the time we found our way back to each other, he had changed a lot. And I've always been a relationship kind of person. I've always wanted to settle down. I've always wanted to, you know, have my own family and just have my own person. You know, I never really wanted to be playing around like that. So I've always been in long-term relationships. But by the time me and this individual got back together, he had changed to me. And I remember he lives in Guyana as well. I remember one year I went home, and I stayed home for a couple of months, and I was in Georgetown. I remember one night, thinking back at it right now, I'm getting like girl, what were you thinking? There was a thing that happened. I don't want to talk about that. There was another thing that happened where there was a funeral, and he left, I think it was their friend or something that passed away. And at the time I had a Black, was it Black? Yeah, I had a BlackBerry. Both of us had the same BlackBerry phones. And he ended up taking my phone and I had his phone. And he went to his funeral and he never came home till the next day. So I tried going in. I would call, he wouldn't answer. He wouldn't answer the phone. And I remember I went through this phone and I saw this message between him and this girl. And she was like crying in this message where she was saying, oh, I can't believe you told me to throw away the kid and blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? What in the world? I was so heartbroken over this thing. And when he came in the next day, like, we got into a really big argument or whatever over it. And I just, at the time, like, I still don't know why I didn't walk away at that time, but I didn't. I was still holding on to this person that I knew when we were younger, because he was, it's not to say he's a bad guy, but he was just different. I remember a few days before I came back, there always used to be a bunch of people in the yard, so I never really used to go downstairs like that. I would always like stay upstairs or stay inside. Like, that's just me. I'm a very much so an introvert. It's the funniest thing. But I remember one night I was laying down and it was like around midnight and he ran up the steps and he was like, oh, this girl is in the yard. I don't know if she came to fight me or what. And I was like, fight me? Like, I didn't even leave. I didn't even leave the room. I just stayed up there. I was like, that's stupid. I'm up here. I'm where she wants to be. I'm not gonna leave this room to go downstairs to say I'm fighting any girl over you. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I was so stupid. I was so stupid, guys. Like, don't be me. Don't be me. Don't be old juju. Don't be old delicate. I was so stupid. It was like God himself had to like completely take me away from this relationship. Like, he himself like literally took his hand and like pulled me away, because I was seeing all these things and still like a little fool sticking around. He used to do so many, like, he used to play a mind game with me, and then he would say, oh, I'm not doing this, it's you, it's always me. Oh, you want too much, you want this, you want that. And I don't think I was asking for much. I've never really been the type to like ask men for money or anything like that. In terms of independence, I've been, you know, always been pretty much independent, working, you know, for the Lord gives me health and strength to work to get all the things that I need. And, you know, my mom used to, you know, help me out and stuff like that. So I never really used to ask people for anything. I would more so give to them. One time I was at work and I had found out the day after I left, his ex-girlfriend came to the house. And I was like, what? I called him about it. I was like, why would you do that? Like, I did not leave. Guys, this story is long, so I'm trying to like chop and screw because this video will be long. I don't want it to be too long. Basically, these two girls was brought to the house. The person that told me this, she was in a relationship. She was in a relationship with the guy that brought the two girls, and he ended up leaving. They had a kid and everything together. They had 2 children together. She had just had another baby, and he ended up leaving her for one of the girls. And they were young too. When I say young, I think they were like maybe 17, 18. And the other girl, she said that this girl was a friend. So I asked him about it. I said, you know, what's going on? And he would play dumb. But to make a long story short, we ended up breaking up. And of course he blamed me. But then he ended up being in a relationship with the same girl that he claimed was his friend. There were so many other things that happened that I saw. I remember I had a camera. I always love cameras. And I had a point and shoot camera, and I left it for his daughter. And I saw a picture on Facebook with the same girl, and she had my camera. And it was a group of, it was him, his brother, his friends, and this same girl was with him. And I was like, and we were supposed to be together at the time, so. And I began to get so drained over this whole relationship, and eventually I mentally checked out of the relationship, and I was just waiting for my body to follow my mind. We ended up breaking up because I have found out that the same girl claimed that she was pregnant, and it wasn't even him that came and told me. It was somebody close to him that told me, that said, oh, you know what, I really like you, I can't keep doing this to you, I gotta let you know the truth, and this is what's happening. So I reached out to him. I was so hurt by this whole situation, and you know what he had told me? I don't know what's going on, but we gonna find out the truth. We gonna find out the truth. Basically, he was trying to tell me to not leave and wait to see the end result, and I'm like, what? I'm like, first of all, we were supposed to, I mean, this guy was talking marriage and everything, like he wanted us to get married and all this stuff, and I was like, what do you mean wait? Like, it's not supposed to be there. That's not supposed to be the conversation, period. It's supposed to be, you're telling me no, this is all a lie, blah 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 blah, not wait and let us figure it out. It means even if she's pregnant and the kid is not yours, it's a possibility that the kid could be yours. It means that you've been there whilst you were together. So I gotta go. I was so ashamed. I was so embarrassed by that whole situation. I cried so much. And then after we broke up, I saw him and this girl parading themselves over social media and all these things, and I sat down and I looked at all this stuff, and I remember he never really used to show me off like that, you know. It's like he was ashamed of me, and I used to really feel insecure about that relationship. So eventually I walked away, and looking back at it right now, I'm very, very thankful that the Lord really it was hurtful, it was very embarrassing, it was very, very heartbreaking, it was a lot of tears, you know, but hindsight is 2020. And I thank God that relationship didn't work out, and I'm here to tell the story. It is okay to walk away. The minute you find out he's cheating, leave. There's so many things out there that can happen, you know. There's so many different diseases out there, because let's be honest, you're not supposed to be doing married people things if you ain't married, but you be doing married people things. And if he's cheating and then he come in and y'all doing married people things and y'all not married, he can bring all kinds of things to you. And not only that, when you have intercourse with each other, you're connecting spirits. So whatever spirit is attached to him is attaching to you, and whatever spirit is attached to the person that he's attaching himself to is attaching to you. So it's like you creating a lot of ties, and it can cause a lot of issues in your life. So learn. Young girls, if you're watching this, let me encourage you, just leave. Just leave. You have so much life ahead of you. God has great things in store for you. Just leave. I know he may be fine, he may look good, he may dress good, he may smell good, but girl, there's better out there. It's not just about the looks, it's about the heart. The kind of man that you need is a man who is actively going after God's own heart. Because if this man is going after God's own heart, he will go to God and ask God to send him his wife. And if his wife is you, and he finds you, he that findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. And especially if that man loves God, he will go to God and say, Father, teach me how to love your daughter. Teach me how to protect your daughter. Teach me how to be the head of your daughter. This daughter that you've given to me, that I've prayed for. That's the kind of man that you want. You want a man that is going after God for you, for your family. He's not out here chasing Frackdale. He's not, his eyes are not wandering. You know, every girl that passes catches his attention. He's looking at them. He's, you know, addressing them with his eyes and stuff like that. You don't want that. You want a man whose eyes are for God and whose eyes are for you alone. I know this video is probably longer than it's supposed to be. I hope and pray that everything I said makes sense, and that you would take my advice. And if you're in a relationship and you know your man gets somebody else with you, baby girl, ask God for the strength to leave. If you got evidence, okay? If you got evidence that he's with somebody else, leave. And if you feel in your heart that he's with somebody else, ask God to reveal it, and he will reveal it. Ask God if this relationship is Father, is this person for me? And if God tell you no, don't say, but God, he did this, this, and this. Don't debate with God. If God said no, it's no. And keep it at that. Trust him. Just trust God. If God tell you no, it's no. And just trust him. Just trust his no. Just trust his no. Alright. God bless you. I will see you in another video very soon. Like this video. Share this video with your friends. Leave a comment down below if you want to. Let's have a conversation going on. And subscribe. Alright. God bless you. Bye.